All right, you guys. Thanks for tuning back in again to my channel. Welcome to the Browns post-game reaction. Um, yeah, I think this is every fan's reaction today. This right here on the screen. I'm just gonna be calm. I've been the last 3 days. I was a little under the weather, so I've been away from my phone. But it's been kind of nice though. It's been nice and calm. After the game last night, I did a nice little sauna session. The hot and the cold. I just had a really nice listen to some sermon. Listen to my man Charles Stanley. You know, went down and sat outside, got some fresh air. Just nice and calm. Okay, that's what I needed after the game. Just nice and calm. And like I said, been away from my phone for 3 days. It's been nice just to regroup and just reflect and be nice. But then I gotta watch this shit yesterday. Man. This is sad, sad, sad. Sad because of the effort. That's what the defensive effort yesterday was atrocious. This is why every fan today, this is them right now on the screen. This is it right here. I mean, I don't know how worse could it get than what we saw yesterday. The defense. We'll start there. Where do we start there? My gosh! And here's the crazy thing about all this with defense. And I'll get into it a little bit. I know they picked up Deion Jones today, or overnight, or whatever, last night, whatever the hell it was. I like that pickup. Obviously, he only gave up a fourth round. He's a Pro Bowler. He's a little young. He's 20. He's like 28, 27, 28 or so. So that's a good pickup. But what's it gonna matter? Because Joe Woods, I don't know what the hell's going on with Joe Woods. I don't know what this. I mean, yeah, we'll get to that in a minute too. But I mean, when are we gonna see a defense, Joe Woods, that's should be top five, at least top 10? There's no excuses for this. The talent, they got talent all over the field. You got Miles Garrett, you got Denzel Ward, you got JOK, you got Greg Newsome, you got Jadavian Clowney, Grant Delpit. But this is the problem too. When you take guys like Greg Newsome, take guys like not Jadavian Clowney, you take guys like Greg Newsome, JOK, and Grant Delpit. They haven't improved this year. They've actually digressed. JOK should be one of the better linebackers, known as one of the better linebackers in the league right now, coming into his second year. The dude's got he hasn't played as well this year. Greg Newsome. Yeah, I mean it's good not to hear a corner's name every so often, but the only time I saw Greg Newsome this year was when he saved Austin Eckler from running for like 80 something yards yesterday. That's the first time I saw Greg Newsome this year. And then Grant Delpit. Every time I look at Grant Delpit, he's out of place. He's over here on the sideline looking with his hands up, like what the hell? What just happened? The guy just blew right by me again. This is what we get. So when, Joe Woods, what is the problem? They look way out of place. They look way unorganized. I'm watching there in the fourth quarter yesterday when they got lucky. They should have won, and this is what they should have won the game because the chart. I don't know what Brandon Staley was thinking. Brandon Staley, what the hell are you thinking? Throwing the ball on a fourth and was it like 4th and 7, or was it 4th and 7, or maybe was it 4th and 3? I can't remember. I'm just let me get back to my calm state. All right, Brandon Staley. Why would you go for that on fourth down, Brandon Staley? I mean, I liked it obviously because you gave us a chance. I thought the game was down and out. We were done. So you gave us the ball back. I appreciate it. I don't know what the hell you were doing. And Martin Emerson. I say I'm nice and calm now, guys. Martin Emerson. Great job yesterday, Martin Emerson. You were the only shining star in that defense yesterday. That's about it. Outside of you, it was the absolute drizzling shits. And they gave us the ball back in our own in their territory. We were just inside the 50. They gave you a gift. And what do? We come out, throw the ball, throw the ball, throw the ball, throw the ball. The only good and the only time they had a good was the quick slant inside to what's his name, Amari Cooper. That's the kind of throws you need. I'm not throwing to Anthony Shorts on an out route to the sideline. Anthony Short, we haven't seen Anthony Shorts all year. Hell, you better off just throwing to David Bell than him. At least David Bell's made some catches. But I wouldn't even throw to guys that I'm gonna throw to a guy late in the game that hasn't even sniffed the turf. He hadn't had a target. No. You know what you should have did? You got the ball at midfield. Run the damn ball, Kevin. Run the ball. I get what you should have did. You should have threw the quicker passes. Like the one you threw to Amari, you should have threw that at the first time. You probably would have got the first down. Okay, now you're inside the 40. You're right in his range. Although Cade York, my gosh, Cade York's just completely gone downhill. I don't know. This dude thought he was the greatest of all time after week 1, and now he's just. I don't know what's Cade York. You need to get together, dude. Come on, man. My gosh. But anywho, okay, you should have threw that quick ball on the first time on the first down, and then just run the ball twice. That's it. Nick Chubb was having a hell of a day. Just run the ball twice. Right up the middle. Just run the ball twice and down it, and then kick it. Now you have a more manageable field goal that's probably less than 45 yards or less. Not a 54-yarder because we want to come out and throw Hail Marys for for the first couple plays. Or let's throw to Anthony Schwartz, and then let's throw this bomb to Donovan Peoples-Jones, who wasn't even open. And I don't know what the hell the last one was. It was just a little. It's like just threw it to the persecution. Just took it, just threw it to the tunnel. And the way that play looked. Just run the damn ball and down it. They gave you a gift, and that's what's frustrating about this game. They should have won the damn game. It was given to them on a platter. You're up 14-0 in the first quarter, and you blow the lead. You blow the lead. And it's because your defense missed tackles, like I said earlier, out of place, unorganized, look unprepared. They just look discombobulated. I mean, at the end of the game there, I know I got a little off track when I was ranting, but at the end of the game there, on that last drive, the Chargers are lining up on us, and it was on the, you got to get a stop here to give yourself a chance. And I'm looking at the snap. This was the play they threw to Mike Williams. Well, Mike Williams got the first down on the second down play on that drive at the end of the game before the Chargers handed us that gift. And you look at the defense. Go back and watch the defense for that play. They're way out of place. They're not even set. The dudes are running around with their hands up, talking to each other, like, hey, and I'm like, the ball snapped, and you can just see it coming. And Justin Herbert, my man, that's a bad boy right there. That's a bad man, Justin Herbert. But that dude, he just sits back and just, okay, Mike Williams, there you go, wide open, first down. Because everybody's sitting there with their hands up their ass for the game, right before the play, It's just like, what are we doing? Got the thumb up their ass for the play. Just sitting there looking lost. And like Joe Woods and they just sit there with the same face the whole game. And then after the game, talk about, just the coaches always give you the same answers. Yeah, we gotta go back and watch film, and we just gotta do better. We just gotta do better. Well, no shit. Where's the emotion? Where is the fans give you more emotion every week? This is how we feel after these games. Huh? There's no energy from anybody. I like Kevin Stefanski being calm and cool. I think your head coach should be calm and collected. He's the leader of the pack. But it's okay to have a defensive coordinator to just kind of get after a little bit, get on their asses. And this is the problem. They don't have a veteran leader on that side of the ball, a true veteran, a guy in his 30s. Yeah, maybe he can't play like he used to, but get a guy in there that's won a Super Bowl, who's got a big voice, and get in there and you need somebody in there to get on these dudes. You need a veteran. That's one of the most underrated qualities to a team is veterans. You got to have veterans, and you got to have one that can get the attention of those guys. Even Myles Garrett, somebody he respects. Sometimes you got to get on dudes' asses, and they don't have that. And you see and I get they're young, but you just see the experience, but they're out of place. They're not prepared. There's something wrong with the coaching, and it's very obvious. And that's why you look at Stefanski's comments today. To talking about, really going to dive deep into defense this week. Basically, what he was saying was, you're on the hot seat, Joe Woods. Get your shit together, because that's terrible, absolute terrible. And this is how, man, every missed tackle right here. I'm not promoting, but this is how they make me feel right here. Every time they miss a tackle, every time they give up a big play, we could have 14-0. We got all the momentum. They're killing them on offense. Our offense is playing well too. I mean, just we'd start the game red hot. Justin Herbert was like 3 of 10 or 4 to something like that. Not as usual. And we were playing really well. And Austin Eckler just runs right at the middle. And you go look at the play, Jacob Phillips out of place. Missed assignment. And it's just like, what are we doing? What are we doing? I don't get it, man. I don't get it. Hold up. Let me get this off the screen. I don't get it, guys. I don't get it. Let me pull up the game stats here. Let's see. Okay. First downs are about even. Total plays, about the same. That doesn't matter though. But first down from penalties, 4. We had 1. Okay. Passing yards, they had 227. But we gave up 238 rushing yards to a team that hasn't ran the ball well all year long. They ran the ball more than us. 34 attempts, 7 yards a pop. You're 3 and 4 in the red zone. Now your penalties, this is what I understand right here, right? So late, it was at the third quarter. They're just getting gassed right up down the field, right? Jacob Phillips gets crack blocked on the end of a play. And I thought it was a clean hit. But some of the dudes on defense, Greg Newsom, John Johnson, they start going off, start yelling. And they're like really passionate about it. And before you know it, Greg Newsom gets a damn penalty. Or was it him or John Johnson? John Johnson got a penalty on sports, like, give him another 15. I'm like, okay, I get you're upset for whatever reason, but can we have that same energy on the field when you're playing? Is that too much to ask? I don't think that's a whole lot to ask. Because the energy is low. There's not they lack toughness on defense. I don't see any heart. I don't see any just like, I mean, my gosh, you're getting just your ass handed to you. And usually when you're getting beat down, you fight back, you get back up. You at least fight back at something, you know what I mean? Do something. Show some heart. Show some pride. There's no pride. It's just dudes standing around like, oh. And another big play, everybody's just like, oh. This week you see at every play right here, oh. I don't know, man. They just ran right down our throat again. And it's Joe Woods is sitting on the sideline. I don't know if he's got sunflower seeds or gum, whatever. He's going to just sit there. Get another big play. What does he do? Sit there with a little play sheet, just like. What are we doing? I'm going to stay nice and calm. I've been nice and relaxed the last couple of days. Like I said, just been, working on me. And just, I did a nice sauna yesterday. Nice and calm. Breathing. Reading this amazing book by my man Dennis. That's already amazing. If you need to go get this book, I'm telling you, it's an amazing book for real. Go look at my last video for the link. But man, I just can't. We need to make a public. You know what they need to do? They need to come out. Kevin Stefanski and the organization. They need to make a public apology to Nick Chubb, because you're wasting Nick Chubb's prime. wasting it. And then at the end of the damn game, when he should be on the field, and all you need to do is run to get a couple yards. This dude's averaging like 6 yards a carry. You leave him on the sideline. Arguably the best player on your team this year. He is the best player on the team this year. Nobody's been better than him on this team this year. You put him on the sideline. The best running back in the league on the sideline. I get you want Kareem Hunt's a better pass catcher, but why are we throwing the ball, trying to get 15 or more yards when we're in range? Just run the ball and get a more feasible field goal. And then Cade York, shank sesh, wide right, early in the game, 45, wide right. And it's just like, come on, man. I don't know. This dude maybe got a little ahead of himself after the week 1 thing because he was the man. He was going on a little press tour. Out here I was guilty. I was happy. So I was like, okay, we got a kicker. Maybe this dude just nailed a 60-yarder to win the week. No. There we are, right back to. And this is we're going to get our superstar quarterback back in week 12. And we're going to be a 3-4 win team at best. That's what we're going to be right now. Look at the schedule. Okay, Patriots next week. Patriots just blew out the Lions yesterday. We should still beat the Patriots at home, but I can't. What I've seen the last 2 weeks, and include the Jets game, I can't count on it. Okay, the Ravens on the road to Baltimore. No, thank you. I'll take the Ravens right now. They just beat the Bengals. Now the Bengals at home at night. The Bengals aren't that good this year, so maybe you got a shot. But if we keep playing like this, why not just pick the Bengals? Joe Burrow's going to come in. He should come in here and throw for 340 yards on us. The way we're playing defense. Okay, then you got to buy the Dolphins. Maybe you can beat the Dolphins. They've looked a little rusty. Little not as strong the last couple of weeks. Then the Bills. Hell no, you ain't beating the Bills. I don't. The Buccaneers. Probably not. Tom Brady going against that defense. Give me a break. And then he comes back week 13, excuse me, against the Texans. The only 2 games that I see, 3, okay, so maybe the Patriots. You should beat the Patriots. Let me say something. If they come out next week at home and give the same effort, you know what time it is. We are not playing this shit next week. Your ass better. Stefanski, you said you're going to dive deep into the play and into the defense today. That's what he said. We're going to do a whole evaluation. Cool. You just added Deion Jones. I like that. Pro Bowler. You really should have 3 solid linebackers, but your one linebacker, JOK, who should be your superstar linebacker, has digressed this year because it doesn't like he's being developed properly. There's a lack of development going on. Him, Delpit. I know Delpit's had some injuries, but he just looks out of place all the time, like I said earlier, and Newsom. So what are we doing here? I don't get it. They can't do the basic fundamentals on defense. I will say, though, the positive from this year that's impressed me is I know he hasn't been good late in games. Brissett's got to be way better late in games. He should have ran the ball on that the second drive before the last one. He should just run the ball. He might have ran it for a touchdown. I don't know. He's trying to be, hero ball, throw it to. Just run the ball, Jacoby. Just play it safe in the fourth quarter. We don't need you to come out here and, try to throw it all over the lot. Just win the game. And I like Jacoby. Jacoby's played very well this year. He's exceeded a lot of people's expectations, even my own. And Kevin, I think, has done a pretty damn good job calling plays. But it's just that this team, this is the problem. And I'll leave this on my way out of here. There's 2 things I thought about with this team. Number 1, I said already, the lack of veteran leadership. Because and you could see it, they don't know how to close games. They don't know how to win. Because they don't have guys on the roster that have ever won. And then the second thing that goes hand in hand, I think Stefanski might have made a mistake, and I'm not trying to kill Joe Woods, like bash this dude, because he has done a good job at times. Last year they did pretty well, but it's not consistent. And with you just look at the talent. There's no excuse for this. They look way out of place. And so, you know, what I'm saying, maybe Stefanski would have been better off hiring as a first time head coach. Maybe you shouldn't hire a first time coordinator if you're a first time head coach. Because when you're an offensive and when you're primary on the offensive side of the ball, that's your department. Maybe you should go out and hire a more veteran, a guy that's spent maybe like a Mike Zimmer, who he wasn't available then, obviously, but maybe if Mike Zimmer's available this offseason, who you have a connection with, Mike Zimmer's been a head coach in this league. Mike Zimmer knows defense. He's experienced. He's old. He can run that whole side of the ball. You can just leave him alone. You don't got to worry about him. That's maybe more feasible for a guy like Kevin Stefanski. Because remember, and I like Stefanski. I'm not on this train. Run Stefanski out of town. I don't like that. I think Stefanski's done a pretty damn good job his first 3 years. I think considering what he had at quarterback, let's be honest, it was middle of the road, a little limited. Now he has Jacoby Brissett, same kind of thing. And they're still at putting up 25, 20. And what they put up, so they put up 30, 28 yesterday. And they put up, I think another, I can't remember the top of my head, guys. I'm a little discombobulated right now. Just from, because I just can't go. I watched that TV yesterday with that defense. But, I mean, so you're putting up points, though. They scoring hasn't, I mean, going into the game yesterday, I think they were the 5th ranked offense total points wise in the whole league. And I don't think anybody saw that coming with Brissett. So offensively, Stefanski's done a damn good job this year. Okay, you put up 20 yesterday, you put up 20 the week before, 29, 30, 26. So, I mean, they're putting up points pretty well. And so, the only game I could think of that was a bad one offensively was the Falcons game. All the other games have been pretty good. They just can't close out the games. And so I think, like I said, yeah, I'm looking back. I think probably maybe wasn't a good idea to hire a first time coordinator. Not saying Joe Woods is a bad coach. Joe Woods, I'm sure, knows football. But when you're a first time head coach yourself and you're primarily an offensive coach, you should maybe consider having a more leader, more experienced coach who has more of a resume, who's ran a whole side of the ball before, or maybe even a whole team. That's more feasible. And so, I don't know, man. I think defensively, they need more energy. There's just not enough energy. Every play, it's just there's no energy from the coaches on the sideline. Everything's just so mull. It's just like I said, they're sitting there early, like whatever they get. These dudes are like Joe. They always look like Garrett Bush pointed this out. And I noticed this in the post game yesterday in the Walter Cleveland Sports Show. He's like, hey, you ever notice the dude just sits there like whatever he's got in his mouth, gum or sunflower seeds, just every play. It's like they just ran right past the other opposing team. Mike Williams just ran past him for 30 yards. He's just sitting there I'd be just in there. It's just like, what is it? We need to get on. Wake up! Like, let's go, move, get on their ass. Like, they need some energy. And again, that's why I said I think they lack veteran leadership, and I think they lack and they don't know how to win. And I just think the inexperience, even on the coaching staff, that's why they can't close out games. And so, that's all I got for today. I just want to come on here and give my take, rant a little bit. Like I said, I've been nice and calm the last 3 days. I've been, just doing my own thing, working on me, just reading this book, enjoying the weather today, out yesterday, the sun and all that. Nice and calm. And so I'm just going to move past this game. I'm just going to hope and I expect a better result next week. We play New England. I expect us to win like we should. I expect to see better effort. I expect to see tackling, right? Good tackling, good fundamentals on defense. That's what I expect to see. And I expect us to, we get in the fourth quarter, it's close. Just hand the ball off, Just hand the ball off. You got this guy named Nick Chubb. Just give him the ball. Right? Run the ball, Kevin. Just run the ball. I don't know, guys. Hopefully it goes better next week. But yeah, but it is what it is. I'm moving on now. I'm gonna go back and go back to my calm state and enjoy my day and get back to reading this nice book and enjoying this nice weather today. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna forget about this game and move on. So, like always, for real though, you guys, I hope you guys enjoyed my rant today. And go check out my previous videos from last week. That were obviously more serious topics. Share those, leave comments on those. I'd like to hear your guys' feedback on both those. My interview with Joe Zavarelli, the Paisan, and then my video that was kind of like a part 2 of that conversation with him that I did on Thursday. So go check that out. And like always, if you guys have any questions about any of that kind of stuff with mental, anxiety, mental health, spirit, anything, I'm an open book, and it's good to reach out to people and talk. My links will be below. My email. You can reach me on social media. Yeah. So if you need anything, feel free to hit me up. And appreciate you guys watching this today. Like I said, hopefully it's better next week. Oh boy, I don't know. Every time I watched the highlights again before I came on, and then when I rewatched the game, basically, I just got more mad, just like more pissed off watching it, and just like, man, this is awful. But I don't know. It is what it is. Yeah, it's just football, so life goes on. And like I said, I'm gonna go back to my calm state and nice and grounded. That's what I'm gonna do. And so, but yeah, appreciate all you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. I'm out of here. Down.